Ukraine's drone attacks inside Russia are striking fear in the hearts of superpowers around the world, and here's why. One, a smaller nation with really no air force to speak of, Ukraine, struck deep inside the territory of a much larger nation with a much larger military. Some of its most secure air bases there, showing that really no military base is safe anywhere. And second of all, they managed to get at some of Russia's most strategic assets, its long-range bombers that strike not only Ukrainian territory as part of Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine, but in the event of a nuclear war, these are bombers that would carry nuclear weapons. This has potential applications in a whole host of conflicts around the world. Imagine China using drones to attack U.S. military bases in Asia, or even on the continental United States, North Korea striking South Korean bases, or Pakistan with a smaller military striking Indian military bases. Many military analysts are calling this a new Pearl Harbor, and powers around the world are watching very closely.
On June 1st, 2025, the world witnessed something unprecedented. Ukrainian forces executed one of the most sophisticated drone operations in military history, destroying over 40 Russian aircraft using 117 AI-enabled drones that traveled thousands of miles deep into Russian territory. But this isn't just another war story. This is the moment we crossed a threshold that experts have been warning about for years: the weaponization of artificial intelligence. Today, we're diving into the dark side of AI, where everyday technology becomes a weapon, where algorithms make life-and-death decisions, and where the line between human control and machine autonomy is rapidly disappearing. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some of the world's brightest minds are calling this the most dangerous technology humanity has ever created. Let's start with what happened in Ukraine. This wasn't your typical military strike. Ukrainian intelligence services managed to hide explosive-laden drones inside wooden sheds, then smuggled 117 aerial drones on the backs of trucks to 4 different Russian air bases, some located 2,500 miles away in Siberia. That's like launching an attack from New York and hitting targets in Alaska. But here's what makes this truly terrifying. These weren't just remote-controlled toys. These were AI-powered autonomous systems capable of navigating vast distances, identifying targets, and executing coordinated attacks with minimal human oversight. The drones had to make thousands of decisions during their journey, avoiding radar, selecting optimal flight paths, and distinguishing between military and civilian targets. The sophistication is staggering. We're talking about artificial intelligence that can process satellite imagery, weather patterns, air defense locations, and target priorities in real time. These systems are learning, adapting, and making decisions that would have required teams of human analysts just a few years ago. Russia's response? They launched 472 drones at Ukraine in a single night, the highest number in the entire war. This is what an AI arms race looks like, and it's happening right now.
Russia has launched its largest ever drone attack on Ukraine the day before the 3rd anniversary of its full-scale invasion. Ukraine's air defence shot down 138 drones, targeting 13 regions. Russia also launched 3 ballistic missiles. In a speech, Volodymyr Zelensky said he was willing to give up being president of Ukraine in exchange for the country gaining NATO membership.
But the Ukraine operation isn't the only example of technology being weaponized in ways we never imagined. Let's go back to September 2024, when Israel conducted what's now known as Operation Grim Beeper.
Lebanon's health ministry saying hundreds of people have been injured in what appears to be a well-coordinated and highly sophisticated attack.
Thousands of pagers, those simple communication devices that most people forgot existed, suddenly exploded simultaneously across Lebanon and Syria. Over 30 people died. Thousands were injured. How did this happen?
Lebanese officials saying pager devices, they are, remember, devices that can only receive messages, have exploded. We're seeing videos in multiple locations, in places like supermarkets in Lebanon, of people looking down at what appears to be a pager.
Israeli intelligence spent 10 years infiltrating the supply chain. They planted explosives inside Taiwan-manufactured pagers during the assembly process, then sold them to Hezbollah through shell companies. But here's the crucial part. The detonation wasn't manual. These devices were triggered by AI systems that could analyze communication patterns, identify optimal timing, and coordinate simultaneous explosions across an entire country. Think about that for a moment. The pager in your pocket, the phone in your hand, the smartwatch on your wrist, any of these could theoretically be turned into a weapon through supply chain manipulation and AI coordination. This brings us to the heart of the problem. We're witnessing the evolution from AI-assisted weapons to truly autonomous killing machines. Ukraine has already deployed Sky Sentinel, a fully automated AI-controlled turret that shoots down drones without any human oversight. No human finger on the trigger. No human making the decision to kill. According to recent reports, Ukraine plans to deploy real drone swarms powered by AI in 2025. We're talking about hundreds of drones that communicate with each other, share targeting data, and coordinate attacks like a digital pack of wolves. Russia isn't far behind. They've developed AI drones that can outsmart electronic warfare systems. But here's where it gets really scary. These systems are learning. Every engagement teaches them something new. They're getting better at killing, and they're doing it faster than humans can adapt. The supply chain attacks we saw with the pagers reveal another terrifying reality. Our entire technology infrastructure is vulnerable. The chips in your car, the components in your home security system, the processors in medical devices, all of these pass through global supply chains that could be compromised. Imagine if malicious actors could trigger coordinated failures in pacemakers, insulin pumps, or airplane navigation systems. We're not just talking about military targets anymore. We're talking about weaponizing the very technology that keeps modern society running. This raises fundamental questions that we're not prepared to answer. Should a machine have the right to decide who lives and dies? What happens when these AI systems make mistakes? And they will make mistakes. Traditional warfare has rules: the Geneva Conventions, laws of armed conflict, principles of distinction between civilians and combatants. But how do you program ethics into an algorithm? How do you ensure an AI drone can distinguish between a school and a military base when both might have similar architectural features? We've already seen AI systems fail spectacularly in civilian applications. Facial recognition systems that can't tell the difference between different ethnicities. Autonomous vehicles that crash because they can't understand construction zones. Medical AI that misdiagnoses patients. Now imagine these same types of failures in weapon systems. The Ukraine drone operation was successful because it targeted clear military assets. But what happens when these systems are deployed in urban environments? What happens when they have to make split-second decisions about whether someone is a combatant or a civilian? What happens when they malfunction? Perhaps the most terrifying aspect of this situation is the speed of development. Military AI is advancing faster than our ability to regulate it. The technology we saw in Ukraine last week will be obsolete next month. Countries are in an arms race where the stakes are existential survival. Ukraine's defense ministry has stated that 2025 is the year of autonomous warfare. 10 Ukrainian companies are competing to provide AI military products. Russia, China, the United States, and other nations are pouring billions into similar programs. We're creating weapons that can evolve faster than human oversight can keep up with. These systems are being deployed in active combat zones where they're learning and adapting in real time. Each engagement creates new data that makes them more lethal. The feedback loop is accelerating. War is teaching machines how to kill more efficiently, and those lessons are being incorporated into the next generation of weapons before we can even understand what the current generation is capable of. The drone attack on Russian air bases wasn't just a military operation. It was a demonstration of what's possible right now, today, with current technology. If Ukrainian forces can coordinate over 100 autonomous weapons to strike targets thousands of miles away, imagine what's possible with unlimited resources and no ethical constraints. We're standing at a crossroads. We can continue down this path where artificial intelligence becomes the ultimate weapon, where algorithms make decisions about human life, where everyday technology can be turned against us through weaponized supply chains. Or we can demand that our leaders, our technologists, and our societies have serious conversations about limits, oversight, and control. The future isn't written yet. But if we don't act now to establish meaningful governance over military AI, we might wake up in a world where the machines have already decided our fate. The question isn't whether this technology will be misused, it's whether we'll still have the power to stop it when it is. What do you think? Are we moving too fast with military AI? Should there be international treaties governing autonomous weapons? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies that are reshaping our world, for better or worse.